So that was
Hi.
very excited. You know why we're so excited?
Why, Alex?
Christmas break.
Yay!
Holiday break, I guess that's what
Free.
it's called.
We're
But
free.
it's break time.
Whoop,
It
whoop.
is officially, we are on break for an entire week.
Yes.
And our boss was also very kind enough to send us an email early to be like, shut it down.
It was
Everyone,
amazing.
shut it down. It was the most beautiful email I read.
Very thankful for that.
Thankful. Yes.
It's actually 10 days with the weekend.
Yes, 10 days
So
including weekend.
exciting.
Which, guess what? We include
Yes.
with an extra Monday. So
Yes. Yes.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take those days and
Here
enjoy.
for it.
Here for it. And guys, because it's a holiday break time, you know we themed the episode.
Oh, yes, we did.
Kaisa and I love a theme.
Sure
so
do.
you know what that means. We got a theme murder. We got a themed cocktail. And reality TV, which we didn't theme, but you know what? That's okay. Everything else is themed out.
It's just as special.
Just as special. And guess what? Next week, also themed. New Year's. We got it all
And it's our
themed out for
last
you.
episode.
Yeah, it's
of
our
the
last
year.
episode of the season. Guys, we made it through season 1, and it'll be our 20th episode.
Wow. I can't believe that.
It's a milestone.
Wild.
What an era.
And yeah, I'm just really excited for season 2.
Season 2 coming at ya. But before we dive in, do we have an icebreaker today? Do we have a themed icebreaker?
Do you? I don't.
You don't have a random question you want to ask me about the holidays? Nothing? Like, what was your favorite gift as a child, or?
Did you ever like go and open the gifts, like sneak and open the gifts before Christmas
Absolutely
morning?
not.
Really?
Actually, I don't honestly remember.
I did, for sure.
I'm sure I did, but
Or like peek under the wrapping paper.
honestly, my parents were really good about hiding them when we were kids, and we really, I mean, I don't think anyone should be playing our podcast in front of their children.
No. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
this is
Warning.
not, like, this is not child-friendly stuff we talk about.
Yeah, but in case
So I
there are
think,
children.
in case there are, like, probably turn it off at this point, or like scared it forward for what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially talking about Santa. Like,
Yeah.
my parents were really good about hiding it, so they would like trick us and be like, guys, Santa's coming. One year they had bells, like these really beautiful, like antique bells that they made us think actually came off Rudolph.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And I
My
was
parents
like
did,
mesmerized.
like, stuff like that. Like they put down cardboard and then used flour and made it
Oh,
look
to do the footprints.
yeah. Yeah, and I believed it. It's like
Yeah.
Santa just happened to lay down cardboard on our floor.
Yeah. My
And
parents, I don't know.
nothing. It's just powder.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I don't know. Parents in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about now. I mean, obviously, I don't know what parents do now. I'm
Yeah, I
not
don't
one.
know.
Nor
I
do
feel
my
like
parents
kids
do that stuff for
probably
me.
find out Santa isn't real really early because of the internet and
I
stuff.
plan on sheltering the shit out of them. I want them to live a gorgeous, like, I want them to
Dream
never
life.
lose. Like Leanne Womack said, I hope they never lose that sense of wonder.
Yes, I love
Do
that.
you remember that song? I hope you
No.
dance.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hope you
Dance.
dance.
Hope
Um,
you never lose. Jam. But yes, my parents used to do all that stuff.
mhm.
So no, I don't honestly remember like sneaking to be able to see stuff. I remember my dad would go down. My dad would always be that parent who'd be like, okay, guys, guess that's it. And then there would be like one more present, like in the basement or in the garage or like somewhere else in the house. And he'd like put up a whole big stink. And my
That's
sister and I would
fun.
always be like, oh, Dad, we know there's one more. Because he'd do the same thing every year. And he'd be like, no, girls, that's it.
That's
Like every
cute.
time. And it would be
I
like the
love
most,
that.
like things kids shouldn't have. Like, full disclosure, My dad was not the best with like he bought the most audacious gifts possible for us.
What?
Like we were spoiled beyond belief, and I'm very like you can make fun of me for it later. Like we got go-karts one year, like shouldn't we I was 12.
Like
I should not have
real
had a
go-karts?
yes, I had a go-kart. I should not have had a go-kart, okay?
That's
Like should not.
incredible.
We got the you remember the big colored mat like desktop Macs that had like the big
Yeah.
asses that were colored?
Yeah.
Like I had an orange one, my sister had a blue one. Like
I had a blue one or
again,
green. I think it
I
was
was
green.
like maybe 5th grade.
Yeah.
Like what was I doing with a computer? Like they were like we weren't big into that. We were learning what computers were at that time.
Did you
Like that must
play
have been
a bunch of
2001.
games like the
101
Oregon
Dalmatians,
Trail,
Oregon
Oregon
Trail.
Trail?
Like I
Yeah.
loved a good computer game.
That weird octopus math game. I don't
Did you
know.
ever play the putt-putt game, which was like a car?
Yes.
Yes, that
Oh,
was.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, you did. I'm sure
Probably.
you did.
My
Well,
dad like works with computers and tech and stuff. So he had computers for us when we were really
so
little
your
too.
dad's Bill Gates?
Basically. Retired this year, but he always
Oh,
had computers for
congratulations, Papa
us.
Piat.
Piat. Piat Poopit. That was my
No way.
nickname when I was little. It's Piat,
Sorry.
but everyone calls
Okay,
me.
honestly, I've never known how to pronounce your last name.
It's no one does. No one gets it right. It's okay.
I feel like
Also,
a
I have
terrible
4
friend.
names.
I knew that.
I'm not
I
going to
did
share.
know that.
I feel like that's weird, but
That's
yeah.
fine. I have 3.
I can't believe you had a go-kart.
I had a go-kart, an ATV, a dune
I wish your
buggy.
friends when you were little.
I had a not a motorcycle. I had a dirt bike. We used to play ultimate spoons because my best friend lived next door. So we'd set it up where the spoons were on her front porch and we'd play in my living room,
Oh, that's
like the
fun.
card game. And you'd have to sprint to the front yard, pick your like cart of choice, and the last person would have to run.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's a great game.
We were awful. The amount of accidents was bad. Anyway,
Anyway,
we got way off topic.
yeah, we did.
However, back to our original programming. Let's head to my favorite area of the podcast as I start shimmying my shoulders over to
Welcome to Kaisa's Cocktail Corner.
Kaisa's Cocktail Corner. By the way, one of our friends said that she absolutely loves the theme song to Kaisa's Cocktail Corner.
It's so funny.
She says she loves how ridiculously sexual it is,
It's so sexual. It's so sensual.
but
And
I
like,
love it.
and I was joking when I recorded the Kaisa's cocktail corner thing, but then we just went with it and it's hilarious. I
Okay,
love
that
it.
is my one request or my one veto. I think so. Kaisa and I decided that during the break, going into season 2, we're going to make some changes. However, I think we should allow each other one veto power,
Okay.
like one veto power card. And my one veto power card, if it has to come to it, is we are not changing Kaisa's cocktail corner theme song.
Okay. We'll leave it.
I love it too
It's
much.
quite funny.
It's just so good. It's iconic.
It is.
What's in the
So
corner
funny.
this week?
Um, so this is inspired by Sutton and Beverly Hills, this episode, where we talk about her esophagus issues. And it's called the Sutton Swallow, which sounds like very weird, especially with the color of the drink. But sorry. So this is
I've actually been muting myself this whole time you've been explaining it because I'm
cackling.
cackling. I'm crying.
Um, this is rum chata, hard cider, whiskey, and cinnamon, and a cinnamon stick, and then cinnamon around the rim. It's beautiful.
Do you also want to tell our listeners what you told Dane he has to step up in season 2?
Am I muted?
No.
I thought I muted myself for that sip.
No.
I just said you have to step it up. We have had fruit garnishes every episode. So we need to be more creative. And I feel really bad, but he's the king of cocktails and he's
Also, I have to say
doing a great job.
we haven't had fruit, everyone.
I know.
We had candy one
I was being
time.
mean. Yes. But we're gonna make them more creative and fun.
Speaking of, the sweatshirt I have on is brought to you by Kaisa. This was my present from her. And it's Teresa's monologue about the sprinkle cookies.
Say it, quote it.
I can't say the whole thing. I don't know
Yeah,
the whole
I can't
thing.
either.
But I can say the first part. She came to my house Christmas Day. She brought me sprinkle cookies. I can see the scene in my head.
I want to play it.
Also, by the way, sprinkle cookies are good. Like I make sprinkle cookies.
Yeah, they're good.
I don't know what she's on about.
Don't put them in the trash.
Whatever. Anyway.
Wait. Hold up.
Are you seriously gonna play it?
Let's see.
That is an iconic Christmas scene.
Day, she brought me sprinkle cookies. I said to her, Melissa, nobody touched the cookies you brought. I threw them in the garbage. You know what my favorite cookies are? Pinoli cookies. That's all I said.
I have to say, pinoli cookies are really good.
They are yummy. I made brownies last night and I have had way too many, but I
You're
want
so
cookies
white.
now. I know.
Okay, I have to say though, in as an Italian American from the Northeast, I feel like I can speak on this subject. My family makes sprinkle cookies over pinoli cookies, so I think it's just kind of more normal. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also not from Jersey.
Joyzy.
Anyway, we got
Shall
a
we
great
head
show
into
for you
the
guys
dark-
today.
The dark Christmas themed.
Yeah, you know what? Kaisa's hopped up on Celsius. I'm hopped up on some DC. We got out of work early. This episode's off to a great fucking start.
We're hyped. We're just all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. Okay.
Same. We did say on the phone earlier this episode was going to be raging.
Yes. So this is a really dark story. And
I have been
this is our
so
trigger
excited
warning.
to talk about this one though.
It's
You know
pretty-
why?
Why?
Because I've been a fan of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Me
The
too.
TV show?
That's how I know the city. Yeah.
And every time you
West-
brought this up, I've been wanting to just say on this episode, West Covina,
Yeah.
California.
It's such a good show.
And Josh
Oh my
just
gosh.
happens to live here. Okay, I had my moment. We can talk about the massacre now. Yeah,
The
trigger warning.
actor is a fan
Rachel
of,
Bloom.
of Drag Race, like an extreme.
She was a judge.
Mm-hmm.
Look over there. That's what the episode
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum was on it.
Oh my God, I love Jeff Goldblum. Anyway, okay. So trigger warning for this.
Yes.
There is murder and a lot of just dark, awful, violent things that happen. So just warning, and you can fast forward to whatever time we put in our.
Which, by the way, I realized last episode I forgot to put the time.
I forgot to even look at what the time was.
Guys, we're still getting there.
We're
working on
learning.
it. We're getting there. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
Plus Dane making the cocktails and Colin doing whatever he does. Which is existing, I guess.
We are going to be so much better season 2. I mean, we're just going to be on top of it.
We're thriving now.
We are. We'll remember the trigger warning. So
shall we
dive in?
By the way, fun fact, apparently I have cousins in Covina.
You do?
Or West Covina, one of the two. Yes, my mother told me.
Lovely.
They were not a part of this.
Okay, good. So recap. The Covina Massacre.
It was a mass murder.
Or the Christmas Eve Massacre. It's very dark.
Hence why we picked it.
There was a mass murder carried out on Christmas Eve in 2008 by a disgruntled ex-husband in Los Angeles, California, or Covina. And his name was Bruce Jeffrey Pardo, age 45. He was wearing a Santa suit, entered a property belonging to his former in-laws and ex-wife in Covina, and killed 9 people. So that's lovely.
You know what that makes me think of, which is awful that this is my initial thought. So in the TV show Family Guy,
Love.
a gay guy who works at the bowling alley,
Oh my God, yeah.
his name is Bruce. And his boyfriend, who turns into his husband, is named Jeffrey.
Mm.
Bruce
Wow,
Jeffrey.
Bruce Jeffrey, yeah.
Sorry. I watch Family Guy every night to go to bed. It's my white noise.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It
That's-
makes me feel like I'm home.
That's like energized me. No, I love it. I love it.
I'm from Rhode Island. It makes me.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Anyway.
It's funny.
But yes, so Pardo was later found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at his brother's residence in the early hours of Christmas Day.
Yes.
And police speculated that Pardo's divorce, which had been finalized only 1 week before the killings, was a factor in why he had decided to kill his ex-wife and her relatives. Now, a little play-by-play. I am so sorry about what's going on outside my window. If you guys can hear it. It's the po-po.
Okay, I heard like a very quiet little
Honk.
sound, but yeah.
It's all the crazy people trying to get their Christmas shopping done. So let's give a little play-by-play of what happened that night. Now, picture it. 11:30 p.m. Christmas Eve, 2008.
Family party.
I was also referencing Golden Girls there. That's fine.
Beautiful.
Bruce Pardo, dressed in a Santa suit. He arrives at his former in-laws' house in a rental car. Rental car, you may ask? Why, yes, a rental.
There were several rental cars, and we're going to talk about that.
We're going to get to it, guys. We're going to get to it. Channeling my cousin Chelsea right now because she listens. Hey, Chels.
Hey.
She's very funny. She does stand up in Chicago. If you guys are ever in Chicago, go see Chelsea Barker.
Ooh.
She's going to hate me for saying that, but I don't care. All right. Bruce was well equipped with multiple 9mm handguns, as well as a large gift wrapped package containing a rolling air compressor converted to spray racing fuel.
Yeah.
What a psycho.
What a psycho to wrap that and be like, haha, I'm going to bring a gift to them.
So if you're telling me this wasn't planned out.
Yeah. I mean, it was, obviously.
Obviously. Like, so here he is. It's 11:30 at night. He's dressed in a full-on fucking Santa suit. He's got this gift-wrapped box of racing fuel that's ready to set off. Multiple guns. Also, where is he hiding them in the Santa suit is also my question. Like, it's not like he's got like the flasher jacket on with them.
He had it custom made for him, so I'm sure he had like gun straps or something, or like pockets.
Wait, but now explain this to me. How can you get that custom made and be like, excuse me, can you make sure to add in some like
some gun pockets,
some gun holster pockets so I can easily strap myself? Like, I don't like, how do you do that?
It's nuts.
Yeah. So now it's 11:30, gets to the house. He knocks on the door, and of course, it's the 8-year-old niece who answers the door.
Running, waving.
So excited because she sees Santa. Because what are the odds is the 8-year-old's going to see Santa Claus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without even flinching, he pulls out one of the guns and immediately shoots her and wounds her.
In the face.
Yep, doesn't care. He then fires indiscriminately at the fleeing partygoers because obviously, you know, they hear a gunshot. They're freaking the fuck out. They want to get out of the way. He now unwraps the package containing the compressor and spray fuel, and he sprays it around the interior of the house because he wants to cause the most amount of damage to all these people because he blames everyone in this house for his divorce, which we'll get to, by the way. Yeah. We'll get to all the motivation behind this. Police believe that the fire was intended to be ignited with a flare. However, the fuel contacted an open flame in the house that then caused an explosion. 9 family members were killed and 3 were injured. One of the survivors made it to a neighbor's house, where she then called the police and notified them and identified Pardo as the likely suspect. The explosion and fire had left him with 3rd-degree burns on his arms and legs, which he was not thinking of at the time was going to possibly happen to him. He thought he was going to get away scot-free.
The Santa suit melted into his skin.
Yeah.
And parts of his skin. Yeah.
Yes.
Yuck.
So he changed out of it and drove to his, whatever parts didn't melt into his body, essentially. Yeah. And he changed out of it and drove to his brother's house in Sylmar, which I didn't check. I probably should have, how far that is away from Covina.
Yeah, I didn't look either. I think it's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which he then was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot. He had planned an escape. And like Kaisa said, he had rented multiple rental cars and parked one near the house of his ex-wife's divorce attorney.
So that they suspected that he was going to be one of the victims.
Because it was full of supplies and maps of the Southwest in Mexico.
Yes.
So, yeah, the police speculated that the attorney might have also been a target. And he also made plans to visit a friend in Iowa. He had purchased a Christmas morning plane ticket from LA to Moline, Illinois, and also was carrying cash strapped to his body. So he had multiple.
Yeah, he had a plan. But to go back, one of the cars that was parked from his a block from his brother's house contained remnants of the Santa suit, and the car was booby trapped so that moving the suit would set off an explosion, 200 rounds of ammunition.
What?
So when they found the car, it actually exploded as they were opening it up, and the police were investigating it.
No one got hurt. That's one of my favorite phrases. Booby trapped.
Booby
trap.
Hidey hole. Sorry to bring that back. Hidey hole and booby trap.
I love booby trap.
In his home, they found several boxes for guns, 2 shotguns, a container for high octane fuel tank gasoline, and they found what was described as a virtual bomb making factory in his house.
What?
And another fact, the fuel probably came from an aerospace company where he worked and where he met his ex-wife Sylvia. So that was a random thing that I learned.
That's not random. That's important.
It is important.
Yeah, so they actually met in 2004. And then they wed. I hate that word.
Wed. They wed.
Went from one of my favorite words to a word I hate. So they got married in 2006, where their marriage quickly fell apart within the first year because Bruce refused to open a joint bank account with Sylvia. And he also he also expected his wife to be using her own finances to take care of her own 3 children. Whereas she thought he'd help her out.
Yeah. And he hid the fact that he had a kid from a previous relationship. So she found that out and she was like, well, he's not even taking care of that child. Like, what is he going to do with me?
How messed up is that?
Yeah.
Also, so not the first case I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Multiple families, multiple kids.
Fun fact. I caught someone when I was dating. When I was going on a first date, I found out because they sent me a picture of themselves before I was going on a date with them, that they sent me a picture of them. And I zoomed in and I was like, is that a wedding ring on your finger in that photo? And they were like, yeah, I'm actually in the middle of a divorce. I was like, interesting.
Probably something you would have wanted to know.
Yeah. And then he was like, oh, and by the way, I have 2 kids. I was like, oh, thanks. Cool.
Oh.
Sorry. Fun fact about my life.
That's really fun.
Yeah. Yes, and also about the child, been severely injured in a swimming pool accident several years prior, for which Bruce did not pay any child or spousal support.
Yeah, he didn't give a crap about
Yeah.
his old family.
No. So Sylvia and Bruce in June 2008 decided to divorce, and divorce court actually ordered Bruce to pay Sylvia $1,785 a month in spousal support, which in all the divorces we hear about today,
Not that
does
much.
not sound like that much.
It's not that much, but he was really bad with money. So apparently he was in trouble financially.
Clearly.
Um,
Clearly.
when they found him, he had strapped money to his shins underneath the suit. So like there was some speculation that it was the amount of money he owed his ex-wife, and it was like part of the whole gift giving like plan, psycho plan. And the money was also melted into his skin. So that's cool. So
That's
that's really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting too because he had been complaining to his friends that his ex-wife was like taking him to the cleaners and like just pretty much stripping him of all this money. And then in July of 2008, he had been fired from his job as an electrical engineer at ITT Corporation Electronic Systems Radar Systems. That's the weirdest company name I've ever heard. But he'd been fired from there for billing false hours to make more money. Now, he had never had a criminal record, no history of violence. And then divorce court had suspended the support payments due to financial hardship for him. So kind of was all working out for him besides being fired. Like the divorce payments were paused.
Mm-hmm.
So he could then work up to it. But then, as part of the divorce settlement, he was then required to pay his ex-wife $10,000, and she was permitted to keep her wedding ring and family dog.
And he loved the dog, apparently. So that was like a huge thing that really pissed
I
him off.
mean,
But that's
God
like not that
forbid-
much in a divorce.
God forbid, though, if Colin and I were to get married, and then God forbid we got divorced, and he took Bori away from me,
Oh, I would murder people.
I would
I would murder
100%
him.
put on a Santa suit, strap everything to my body, go the fuck off. I would do anything for that dog.
I know. I mean, yeah. Gotta put the vet bills under your name. That's the key. I have a different last name than Dave.
You put everything under your name. You put your house under your name.
Uh-huh.
You put everything. You don't split shit.
Nah.
Ladies, put it all under you.
Your own bank account. Yeah. Seriously.
It's under you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the man get you down. They teach you that in
Never.
School of Rock. Listen.
But
yeah, so then Pardo was complained to the court that Sylvia was living with her parents, not paying rent, had spent lavishly on a luxury car, gambling trips to Vegas, meals at expensive restaurants, massages, golf lessons, like living this lavish life off of these payments that he's been giving her, plus the $10,000. And here's him living like a slumdog non-millionaire. Sorry, I couldn't come up with another reference. And like
lower middle class man.
Yes, exactly. Like here's him
Yeah.
at the poverty line, and here's her living buck wild.
Yeah.
And so clearly it just pushed him to the edge, and then the divorce was finalized a week before he went apeshit. So
It's just nuts to think he's like, oh, I'm gonna just wrap this in gift wrap paper and then also wear a Santa suit. Like, what the fuck?
well, I guess moral of the story here is don't get divorced by Christmas. Just kidding. That's not. No, that's not.
What,
at all.
Easter themed? You want him to dress up as the Easter bunny? I'm just
No,
kidding.
because then they can make grenades look like
Easter eggs, obviously. We're giving people
any
ideas.
murderers listening to the podcast, please don't cite
We
us.
are joking.
This is all alleged.
Oh boy. His whole plan is very strange.
I don't think we should drink Celsius and Diet Coke before these things anymore.
I think we should. It's great. So his whole plan was so weird because he had like you said, he was going to visit his friend Steve in Iowa,
His
but
name's
he
Steve.
flew. Yeah.
These names are so great.
Steve.
Bruce.
He had a flight booked to a different state next
I like
to,
that you
to
just did
Iowa,
this. He had
and
a flight booked.
he had gesturing wildly.
Wish and flick.
And they were going to spend Christmas together for 14 days. And he had, I think it was 3 rental cars in California. He also had a rental car in Iowa or the state nearby. Couldn't find the information, but very weird. Like, what was his
How
plan?
many credit cards was he using?
I know. And like, what was his plan? Fly to a state nearby, drive to his friend's house, then what? Like,
Were his
I don't
friends
know.
what were his friends gonna cover for him if he didn't go somewhere?
The
Like
friend
how
said he
many
had no
alibis?
clue.
How many alibis was he gonna need? Like, what if he had
Right.
chosen to go to Mexico? What was his friend in Iowa gonna do?
Yeah. And he had maps also mapped out to go to Mexico
Yeah.
or Texas. And like,
Texas.
what the fuck? Like, maybe he had multiple plans and he was like, I'll just see what I feel like after I murder people.
Yes.
Oh.
Let me murder 9 people and let me then see how I feel. Do I feel like driving or getting on a plane?
What's flying?
Oh,
We'll see how
let me
tired I
see.
am.
Let me see if I can get all this blood off my body first.
Good God. Actually, the weird thing about this is he killed all of the people in his ex-wife's immediate family. So
He killed that
yeah,
whole line of people.
let me just
Wow.
name them off right now. Sylvia Ortega, age 43, was shot to death. Alicia Ortega, 70, was shot to death. I think that was her mom. Joe Ortega, 80, was shot to death. I think that was her dad. Charles Ortega, 49, smoke inhalation and gunshot. Sherry Ortega, 45, gunshot and smoke. James Ortega, 51, gunshot. Teresa, 52, smoke inhalation and gunshot. This is so depressing. Alicia Ortega, 46, smoke inhalation and gunshot. Michael Ortiz, 17, and he died in the fire. So yeah, his immediate family, his parents, her kids, all died. So he somehow got not got almost said got lucky, but like he somehow killed all of them, which was probably his goal, but there's no way to plan that when everyone's running around.
And then the other thing about this too is that there's also an Instagram account
Yeah, that is so bizarre.
about this massacre, and they use it as like a commemorative, like park commemorative of the people who died, but also as like a
It was like an investigative
Yeah.
journalist or something that posts it. Very weird.
yeah. That was not on my bingo card when researching.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it's something.
Oh my gosh, did you listen to the 911 calls?
No, you love doing that.
I don't know why I'm like, I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna get traumatized and like feel awful for days.
You're always like, did you
And then
watch the video footage? You're like, did you listen to the call? And I'm like,
I'm such
no,
a
because I don't want to stay up all night. I like to be
Yeah.
in bed by 9.
it like is not good for the mental health for sure.
I'm 78 years old. My name is Edna.
There's just so many calls.
Actually, my
like,
name is
throughout the
Agnes.
process, like people are calling, like hiding behind tables while he's shooting. Like you can hear it. It's crazy.
No, when I worked at the Real, I was able to do that. Like, I would listen to those kinds of podcasts during the day while I was like
No,
scanning
it's not okay.
furniture. I can't do that anymore.
It's too dark. I've become more sensitive. I can't do it either.
I'm sensitivo.
It's okay. So almost all surviving children at the party lost one or both parents. How fucking sad is that?
Aw,
I know.
that hurts
And
my
okay,
heart.
this is a positive thing. The niece that ran towards him that he shot at actually lived, and she was shot in the face, but there's an interview with her later and she doesn't have any scars. Like
Wow.
Very positive about the whole thing, and they actually still have Christmas together and actually celebrate their family that they lost every year.
That's
So
so
it's not like they're traumatized around Christmas and they can't do it. They still like gather, and it's cute.
wow. That's sweet.
So that's a positive note.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy
Yeah,
she lived,
I know,
you
same.
know, like especially coming from such a traumatic experience at such a young age.
She probably runs away from Santa's now, but yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Jeez.
There
Oh
was no pun
boy.
intended in that.
Mm-mm.
Jesus, by the way. Sorry.
Oh.
Wow.
So that was an intense story.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know.
They
It
know we
makes me
bring it to them every
traumatized.
episode.
Yeah, you don't have to listen, okay?
Anyway, we're going into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills anyways.
Woo woo.
So
This is
they
a
can get
funny
over it.
episode, the last episode. So I'm excited.
Do you want to talk about esophagate,
Yes.
as I'm
Yeah.
calling it?
I love that. Esophagate.
Okay.
You have to trademark that. I haven't seen that
Should
online
I?
yet. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Consider it trademarked. Should I talk to
Copyright corner. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
that's exactly what I was gonna say, but I didn't know how to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for knowing exactly what I was thinking. Okay, so according to Sutton, she has an esophagus disorder, which I honestly believe she does have an issue.
I
I
think there's an
I
eating issue. Yeah.
I know people who have this problem where no, like legit,
Okay.
where like they have a problem, like they start choking on food when they're swallowing.
Ugh. How awful.
Is it actually the esophagus closing? One person I know for sure it was.
Okay.
Other people it was mental.
Yeah.
So Sutton, I'm not sure. I don't know
Could
her.
be possibly an eating disorder situation, but
Yes.
yeah.
Now, do I think it's fair for everyone in the cast to harp on her and jump on her? And when I
No.
say everyone in the cast, I obviously do not mean Garcelle.
Love Garza.
We love Garcelle. And I
No
mean,
matter
obviously,
what.
Crystal is like Switzerland. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she does whatever Crystal does. Which I'm
I'm kind
honest,
of loving Crystal.
I'm
This
fucking
season,
loving Crystal
though. I'm
again.
loving her. She's
When
funny.
Crystal comes out, when Crystal is Crystal, I'm like, I know why you're on the show.
I love her confessionals where she's just like cracking up. Just
I also
so
love her
good.
and her husband together. Like they
They're
actually make sense.
precious.
Like
Like
they're
he's so
great.
nerdy and
Yeah.
cute and like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So Sutton was really hurt, obviously. And then she gets in her confessional and she's like, my esophagus disorder is not something to be made fun of. I can't eat certain foods. I've been down for 4 days, not able to swallow my own saliva. And here's my friend making fun of me.
As I laugh, but yes.
I'm trying to channel Steel Magnolias.
That was a great
Thank you.
impression. You gotta have a little bit more slur to the talk, but not to be, yes, I know.
I
I know.
know. I don't
I
have my
know.
I don't have my pink grapefruit in my purse.
Girl, if I made $300,000 a month, I
Period.
would be drinking all the time too.
Yeah, right.
For
But I
real.
honestly, I think here's my opinion on the subject.
Mhm.
I think Kyle is using this as her way of taking the attention off her.
Distract. Yes, yes.
Deflect.
Mm-hmm.
Which then brings us to our third dinner from hell.
Oh my gosh. That episode, I watched that episode 3 times now because it was so wild. Okay, so they're all sitting around at Kyle's house and it's a weed dinner. So they're all getting high.
Before we even get to that,
Huh.
let's talk about the guest list.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Not
Why?
only
Wait, question.
what?
Wait, who was there? Oh my God.
Okay, let's run through the guest list. Not only do we have the actual cast, so we have
Yeah.
Kyle, Sutton, Erica, Garcelle, Dory, Crystal, and the newcomer, Anne Marie, which we will get to in a
Mhm.
moment because I have things to say about her.
Yeah.
We then have Cynthia Bailey.
Okay, why did they introduce her as guest of? Or
I
friend
know.
of?
I know.
They didn't even say her
Please
name.
tell me, why did that piss me off so much when she is fucking Bravo royalty, in my opinion?
She's incredible. Yeah, why was she?
She
It
is
was
a queen amongst peasants because
absolutely.
there were peasants in that room.
There sure
Compared
were.
compared to Cynthia Bailey, there were absolute people who should be kissing the ground she walks on.
And
I
they
am clearly
captioned it
very passionate about
friend
Cynthia
of.
Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about
Bullshit.
Cynthia. Then you have my favorite phrase I ever get to use, the morally corrupt Bay Resnick.
I love it. She is morally corrupt, though.
Justin Sylvester, who, by the way, I love. Have you watched interviews of him?
Yes. Yes.
He's fantastic.
He's gorgeous and fantastic.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. He was just on Nick Vile's podcast talking about the dinner from hell.
Oh, I need
He
to
is
listen.
so funny. So funny. Camille Donatacci Grammer enters the building. And then the person we never thought we'd see on camera ever again, Denise
Graces us with our presence.
fucking Richards.
And
Welcome
she
back.
brought so much to the table. Literally.
Then, so that's our guest list. Then, the theme, weed dinner. Now, let's flash back for a second. This dinner, literally, I was so fucking twisted, like angry twisted the first time I watched it. Okay. And let me tell you why.
Why?
I'm channeling my inner Michelle Visage. Do you remember when they went to Amsterdam?
Yes.
Kyle threw a fucking fit
Oh, yeah. You're
about
right.
the weed.
It's Morgan. She's influencing.
Do
Kyle
we
just wants to be her.
Do we not remember about how Kyle threw a fit about the weed in Amsterdam? How everyone was trying a bit of the brownie and having fun, and she was like, "Guys, I
Judgy.
can't do it. Like, no, I can't." And now
Just
she's throwing a fucking
weird.
weed dinner at her house.
Also,
I'm sorry, are
Mo
we kidding?
smokes all the time.
What? Mo was stoned out of his fucking mind with Dorit and PK.
Right. Right. Absurd.
I'm sorry. Do we forget these things for fun?
Kyle is a shapeshifter. She is a meld. She tries to fit in with
what's
whoever.
the thing from Harry Potter? She's a what? The shape-shifting thingy.
Dementor.
It's not a Dementor,
Wait.
though.
The shapeshifting.
Do we have to call Gianna? I feel like we need to ask.
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
Yeah, we do.
But yes, Kyle is such a hypocrite. And it's because of Morgan Wade. Which, by the way, leads to one of the most iconic scenes ever, this weed dinner. So yes, I'm currently extremely twisted that Kyle's a fucking hypocrite, but she's been a hypocrite this entire fucking season. But
Yes.
it leads to one of the most iconic scenes in Housewives history. Sutton pulling the joint out from under the plate and lighting that shit up.
It's so like beautifully unexpected, and yet it's so fitting.
Smooth and fluid in how she does it.
She's like, I'm
Like
full
she
of
just literally is
surprises.
like, she's just like, I'm full of surprises.
He said I could.
What happened to the American ballet in that moment, Sutton?
And I also love the commentary / production of them showing the waiters. Like they flash to the waiters all the time.
God.
Like it's the best.
Can we have it out? Do you remember when they did season 1 of Real Housewives of New Jersey? They did the finale dinner. They came out with a special episode where they did a breakdown of just the dinner.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I would love if they would do a breakdown episode of that dinner, the weed dinner, and we could get confessionals from the wait staff.
Yeah. There was so much happening
What about when they were like, Denise Richards is fucking insane?
Oh, she's
Yeah.
so fucked up. Yeah.
Or like, didn't someone say something about Erica? Or like,
Yeah. They were just making
Yeah.
comments like in the doorway.
it's too good.
Oh
But
my gosh.
like, but then of course it just everything comes back to Sutton versus Kyle, which honestly I'm kind of getting tired of.
I'm so over it.
Like, can we stop? Like, Kyle's using Sutton as a scapegoat to deflect from her
Kyle
issues.
sucks.
Kyle doesn't want to deal with the fact that, guess what? You're the brat this season. You're the one under hot shit, and you don't want to take the heat. So
Mhm.
what? You're using Sutton? Why? Because she is the only one who literally has no filter on this cast. And it
Mhm.
used to be Erica, but Erica for some reason is like, what? You guys are
I'm
all scared of her?
obsessed with Sutton.
I
I'm
love Sutton.
obsessed. Dane doesn't like her. And I don't,
How
I
dare
truly,
he? That was a gasp if you didn't hear
Yeah.
that.
it's
Gasp.
upsetting. It is upsetting.
How dare he?
Okay, we also have to talk about Denise Richards because she
I
talks
have
about
a whole
it. She had
section
no
right here.
idea.
Do you not
Like,
see? In my notes, I literally have a section called "The Return of Denise Richards."
Yes. Go through it because
I just really need to take a sip of my Diet Coke quick. One
Okay.
moment. But please continue. Talk while I have a sip.
okay, I just want to say that one scene where she's fighting with Erica and Erica apologizes sort of. She's like, I guess I'm sorry. And she's like, thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, when she apologized, like when she thanks
Says
and
thank you and
then
you're
like you're
welcome.
welcome to her herself.
Yeah.
I love
Very
that.
strange.
Yes.
She was
So
not there mentally.
yes. So we get the return of Denise Richards, which we were all ready for once we saw her in the preview, right? For the
Mhm.
season. So, do you remember the last time we saw Denise Richards? The last time we saw Denise Richards was during the reunion during
Oh,
COVID,
yes.
where she really didn't want to participate. And Kyle also did her dramatic, like, and this will be the last time we'll ever see Denise Richards again in her like little confessional camera thing.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
I mean, this woman came to fucking play. The facial expressions.
I was gonna say her face was like a silly putty. It was just like all
It
over
was
the
the
place.
most mesmerizing,
I loved it.
fascinating things. What she was pulling.
I have no idea where it came from.
Has she stopped getting Botox and fillers? Because thank
She was
God
able to move that face.
that face was moving in ways I never thought possible. I don't even think I could do it. And I don't
couldn't
get
do it.
anything done.
Yeah.
Like,
She was doing the weird.
I don't even know. What kind of stretches can you do to your face to get it to move in those directions?
I don't know, but I love her.
I loved it. So she said obviously we know she said she refused to partake in any of the THC infused delicacies that were being served. However, she did say she had one cocktail. Just one. Do I believe that?
I think there might have been
Not
some
really.
Xanax.
Yeah.
She said she took cough medicine also.
Yeah. And then I love how no one understood why she blew up at Erica.
Not one human.
So, she went on Bethany's podcast and explained why. And, she said, like, how she said on the show, like, you watched the show, like, how can you not know, like, what you did? And I mean, Erica's a bitch.
She's a bitch to everyone.
She's a bitch to everyone. She says shit. She just says what she's thinking, like.
Yeah.
But she also goes for the jugular a lot. We
Who's
know
more
that.
profitable. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, we get it. And then, there's the upside down jacket moment
do
with
that.
Dorit that
You
was
know what I'm
heard
doing. You know
around
what
the
you're doing.
Bravo-verse. So, by the way, have you seen it all over the TikTok now?
What?
The upside down jacket. People are doing it all over TikTok.
Oh, no, but that's amazing.
People are doing it with their
Yeah.
kids.
It's iconic.
It is iconic.
But she
So
did talk about that scene and she was like, I didn't even know what was happening. I just wanted to leave. And she kept saying, like, stop, Dorit. Just,
yeah,
you know what you're
she was just like,
doing.
I want
You're trying to make me
out of
look
here.
fucked up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like as for the weed portion, she was like, I don't smoke, I don't do edibles, I don't do any of that. It doesn't mix well with my body. And she said she's tried it twice for the record and she just
She
doesn't
looked at
like
the
it.
camera and went,
I know. I loved her that night. She was
I
so
loved her
good.
so much.
Did you watch this past week's?
Mm-hmm. OnlyFans.
Erica? Yes.
That's why I said, who's more profitable? Because she says that to her.
Yeah.
You or your daughter.
That was the most. It wasn't the most disgusting thing Erica has said,
She just says
but it's
things.
definitely up there.
At least she's saying like exactly what she's thinking instead of just like trying to pick a fight without actually saying what she
Yeah.
means. I don't know.
I agree
It
with
was
you,
funny.
but that was bad.
Yeah. It was pretty low. And to like, with Sutton, the whole scene with Sutton looking at her OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
The makeup artist. And the
Sutton
makeup
should
artist
not
said,
ever be allowed on a phone.
she was like, what's this? I hope it's nothing too bad. And she scrolls down and it's like her butt or something. Like nothing crazy. And she's like, oh my gosh, no, 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 no. And the makeup artist is like, for just the cost of a cup of coffee. See, you could have a bunch of naked pictures of Denise Richards, which was definitely shady,
Gianna
but hilarious.
said that she thinks that the people who the shapeshifter things are called boggarts. And she
Oh,
goes,
what?
LOL, what an ugly name.
Boggarts. Huh. Well, that's
She
what
goes, you mean
Kyle
the things
is.
that come out of the wardrobe? And I'm
I
like,
don't
yeah, I
know.
think so.
Possibly.
Whatever. Possibly. She would know. She's obsessed.
Yeah, Queen of Harry
I'm just
Potter.
gonna go with whatever she says. But yeah, so and then now we have the newcomer Anne Marie, which
Bill
thoughts?
Burr's wife?
Is it
Wait,
Bill Burr's wife? No.
wait.
I
Who's Bill
love Bill
Burr's wife?
Burr. That's no way it's Bill Burr's wife. Because there's no way he'd tell her that she's an 8.5 out of 10 at everything.
No, Nia? No, that's his current wife. Wait,
She's on a
was
I
it
thought
Nia?
she was on a different show.
No, because in that episode she was like, my husband Bill Burr
There's no.
was performing
No.
in Vegas and da, da, da. Yeah.
Anne Marie's husband's Bill Burr.
I don't know if it's Anne Marie. I don't remember people's names. Yeah.
Anne Marie Wiley. No, I'm dead. No, her husband is Marcellus Wiley.
Okay, but his wife was there.
Bill Burr's wife was there
Yeah.
on this episode. She was a friend of.
Yeah, she was a friend
Yes.
of.
Okay. I'm not talking about her though. I'm talking about Anne Marie.
It's Nia. That's
Yes,
who I was.
Nia.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Sorry.
Loved Nia.
Nia
I
was
also
funny.
like Anne Marie. I like Anne Marie. I don't have anything wrong with Anne
I don't
Marie.
remember Anne Marie.
I don't like the fact that her husband says that she's an 8.5 out of 10 at everything.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I thought it was weird.
She was like, just kidding. My body is a 9 or something.
Yeah, I was like, that's strange. And then, oh, of course, she's what does she do for work? She's like a nurse anesthetist
Anesthesia.
and focuses an esophagus, an esophagi. What are the odds?
Anesthesiologist.
Sutton has an esophagus problem. Guess who doesn't believe she has an esophagus problem? Anne Marie Wiley doesn't
Like you
think
just
she
cut your food up into
Yeah.
small pieces. Oh yeah, okay, I do know Anne Marie. Never mind.
What are the odds that Kyle's friend doesn't think Sutton has a problem and focuses in on this area?
I know,
Weird.
right?
What are the
She
odds?
brought her on to do that.
What are the odds? That's not calculated at all or
Not at all.
manipulative for this timing.
Don't talk about my marriage. Look at Sutton's esophagus.
Don't talk about the husband. Sorry, I had to.
Oh, Kim Richards
yeah.
saying to
Oh,
Lisa,
Lisa Rinna about the husband, about
she's like,
Harry Hamlin.
bring up the husband. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? This whole scene has happened before.
Oh my God, yeah.
The husband.
The husband.
But like they said it exactly the same way.
Oh my God, yeah. History repeats itself
It is
hardcore on these
amazing.
shows.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That again. Anyway. Yes.
I know. We're like at the finale though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or we're about to be? No. Yes? Or did I make that up?
We're about to be. I
We're
think
getting the finale of
episode 11. We have like
we're getting Southern Charm and Salt Lake City finales.
I'm so excited for Salt Lake City and Southern Charm. But yeah.
Shit's gonna hit the fan on both.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
Can I just
Garcelle was
say
incredible in this episode. I just want to say
Oh yeah.
where she called out Dorit, and I was like, that's right. Call out the white privilege. And I'm glad she did that.
Garcelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just say though, Dorit's hair was great.
Dorit looks so good. I want her hair. I know. I was like
her
texting
hair was
you.
wonderful.
We need her hair.
But yes, Garcelle. Honestly, Garcelle is
just amazing.
number one.
I love her. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Dorit is killing it this season, but Garcelle is.
Dorit is cracking me up this season.
But she's going after everyone.
Actually, everyone is really great this season.
Yeah, no one's really.
Like,
I mean, except for
everyone.
Kyle.
Kyle's annoying. Kyle needs to go already.
Mm-hmm.
She's stale.
Oh,
That's a good word,
coming
right?
out with the punches. I'm a little shocked. I've never heard you talk like that before.
She is stale.
Wow.
She's gotta go.
Strongest opinion I think I've ever heard come out of your mouth. That's stronger than you using the C word.
Oh,
wow.
Which I do.
I
not
know.
on this podcast.
I know, but wow. Actually taking
so glad
back.
I could take your breath away.
I'm never speechless, and you know that.
Whew. She's gotta go, man. Wait, have you seen the pictures of Mo? Like,
with
Colorado?
the Gen Z kids? Yeah, what the fuck is happening?
He's like partying with literal.
Why is he hanging with Lele
25
Pons?
Yeah.
I honestly have no other way of saying her name. That's all I know.
He's giving.
Pons.
I'm hot.
He's friends
and I
with
can
Paris
still
Hilton
have
too,
young
which is a very
bitches.
weird connection in the whole sense of the word.
Well, yeah, Kyle and Paris are related, so.
Yes, that's why I'm saying it's a very weird connection.
Yeah. Oh wait, Mo was hanging out with Paris?
No, Mo was hanging out with Lele Pons, who is friends with Paris.
I see. That is weird. Yeah, that's why I was like, is his daughter there or something?
No, but he
Or
went on a
like-
date with that 33-year-old influencer, which is also weird. And like, why? Like, Mo, what are you doing?
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, clearly.
100%. And Kyle's just in Mexico, like taking peaceful sunset pictures.
Sure.
And he's like skiing naked with champagne and 20-year-olds.
Younger than my daughters.
Very
Yeah.
strange. Very strange.
So cool, bro. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how that goes. But until then, we'll just keep watching.
Yes.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. Any recommendations for us? What are we gonna do? I honestly am like, what are we gonna do with all our time?
What do you mean?
I need to what am I gonna watch? I don't know. Like,
Oh, with all this time. Well, you got me hooked on Chicago Med, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
need
be
something.
finishing that up.
I need something to be hooked on.
I don't know.
I guess
what
I
to
could
tell
start
you.
one of the other Chicago shows.
Yeah, I saw there's like Chicago Fire.
Yeah,
and
I guess
Chicago
I'll try Chicago
PD.
Fire or PD now.
I watch 911, which is so cheesy, but I just love it
Oh,
because
that's with what's her
Brian
face.
Safi is in it.
Yeah, he's in it, and then what's her
What's her
face?
name?
Connie Britton with the great hair.
Yes.
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 I love her in
Yeah.
American Horror Story.
Right now.
Maybe you know what I've never seen? This is really gonna be terrible. I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm
What?
gonna
That
watch it.
surprises me.
I know.
You're like an old movie fan.
I know. So every
Oh.
year while I get ready for Christmas, I watch Christmas in Connecticut, which is a fantastic movie from the 40s. But maybe I'll watch It's a Wonderful Life this year.
Maybe I'll watch Christmas in Connecticut. I've never seen that.
Very good.
Very?
Yes, it's in black and white if you can handle it.
Oh no.
That's how old it is. I love a good black and white movie. That's called a film.
I don't, but it's okay. It is a film. I respect
it's not even
it.
a film, it's called a picture.
A picture. I'm in
Go
the
get yourself in the
pictures.
pictures. I would say I'm aging myself, but I'm really not.
No, you're not.
I'm aging my soul.
You're an old soul.
Been
Okay,
called that since I
so
was 6.
everyone, please
Yeah.
go right now. Open your app.
Yep. Go.
Oh,
Go. Like. Subscribe.
rate, review,
Rate.
please.
Review. Follow. At
It helps
Crime
us so
Cocktails and
much.
BS. Huh?
It helps us so much.
Yes, it does.
We
And
just
guys,
really need you to do that.
you don't want to miss out when season 2 drops. There's going to be so many new and fun things.
Yeah, we might be giving out freebies. We're going to be doing some fun stuff.
The word merch might be getting thrown around.
Could be. Could be.
Could be. We're thinking about it. We're thinking about other logos. We're thinking about a new theme song. We're thinking about
real good.
Maybe replacing me. Just kidding.
What?
I'm joking, obviously.
No.
Bori's gonna be replacing me. We gotta get out of here. I'm being insane. All right. Love you guys. Thanks again for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.